Alright, hi guys. I've been watching a few videos this afternoon, just kind of getting more updated, or at least just hearing more opinions on the Skeptic Feminist thing. I know that after my recent video, which for some reason none of you watched, my little AMA video to lighten up the mood, none of you watched. I'm only joking, but anyway, I was watching Skeptor's video. I watched half of Lewis Laveau's stream, Too Soon stream, and then I watched TJ's video, The Amazing Atheist. I still call it The Amazing Atheist, I don't care. And I've got some things to say. Oh, hi, Miss Misa. Vagina. Anyway, so I'm really annoyed, firstly, with the grandstanding that's been going on. I, for one, don't care about the jokes, because they're jokes. They're not serious. Jokes are jokes. Hey, it might be too soon for some people, it might be in poor taste, but a joke is still a joke at the end of the day. And what are you going to do about it, you know? At least they're not being serious. At least they're doing this in the knowledge that this is all for laughs. Now, some people might get angry at that and say you're not allowed to do that, but hey, you know, you can't tell them what they can and cannot do. They're a lot of them Americans in that stream, and I'm talking about V stream. There's an American in there. You can say whatever he wants. Hell, even in our European countries, we can do that. They've not quite stopped all the fucking free speech yet. And for those of you who complain about that, don't watch it. Don't look at it. Mute them, block them, whatever. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do to not see that. I mean, what is it to you? What is it even to Heather or Ivy? She's dead. She's not gonna care. And would she really care in real life? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I never knew her. She didn't really appear on the channel that much, and I never even watched their channel much. Stop pouting, Misa. Be disciplined. Be an adult. But anyway, so this stream happens, the tabloid thing. So immediately when it's got a tabloid look or something, I can't remember the exact title. What do you expect is going to happen, people? What are you going to expect? They're telling you right there in the title that they're not going to be serious here. And even then, Sargon and Crown T, the ones who are getting the most of the criticism, didn't partake in the bad humour. I mean, in the dark humour, whatever. They didn't partake in it. They partaked in the stream, but they didn't fucking do the jokes. And yet here we are having people saying that they did these things when they didn't. Who knows? Maybe they did, and I just can't remember it properly. But I remember specifically never hearing them do it. It was easily to some extent. He claims he did the worst ones, even though we didn't do very much. But I don't know, can't remember. And I know that V and Lewis Laveau were the ones who did the most. And like what Lewis in his stream said, because they're small, those three, comparatively anyway. I know V's bigger than both of them combined, but he's still small compared to Kraut and Sargon. They're attacking Kraut and Sargon because it gives them points, it gives them something. It makes far more of a big point. It gives them far more things to attack. It gives them far more reach if they attack the persons who are bigger, even though they didn't do anything. I know, didn't do nothing, but they didn't do nothing, people. And even then, so what? They joked. Get over yourselves. You're supposed to have thick skin, right? So another thing is that they're comparing it to Thunderfoot with his dad and how the SJWs mocked his dad dying in cancer. Well, the thing is, they didn't go to the Skeptic Feminist and say these jokes to them, did they? They didn't go to Harley and say, here's a joke at the expense of your murderous or alleged murderous partner. So like, they didn't do that. Kevin Logan, Jenny McDermott, all those other people, they went to Thunderfoot and did that. They wanted him to see that. And why did they do it? Because he was the first big political target that they wanted to take down. That's why they did it. Why were these people making jokes about the murderer? Because he's an alleged murderer. And I don't understand why making light of the murderer is now a bad thing. Nobody, I don't think anybody actually, from what I've seen, ever took the dead's name in vain. Ivy, I don't think I heard a joke about Ivy. I could be wrong, maybe there's stuff out there, but even then, go ahead. She's dead, she's not going to see it. Maybe that's a little bit mean-spirited and blunt, but she's not going to see it. And yeah, it is in bad taste. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that, but whatever, man. People are going to joke, and we can't take away people's right to joke about these things. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, that's how V and Lewis and everybody deals with this shit. I don't know. I don't mind jokes. And the morally grandstanding people, I've had to resort to lies. They are lying about this. God. And anyway, I watched Skeptor's video and I watched TJ's video, and God, the two couldn't be any more different. I like both of them. I like Skeptor. We've talked to each other. I think we're sub to each other actually. So I'm not making this personal. I don't want it to be personal if he's watching this or if he ever does watch it. But I found, it could be the wrong word, I found his video disingenuous. Like, I sympathised with his feelings. I sympathise with people thinking that it's in bad taste. I do, because it is, but what are you going to do about it? You know, it's going to happen. People are going to use it for their bloody agendas of both sides. People are going to make fun of things. It's human nature. That's what they do. That's what humans do. But I just find it disingenuous when he then goes to settle scores, and it's like, first he attacks Bearing. Well, why should Bearing have to delete that video? Why? Oh yeah, and Harmful Opinions did far more savage shit on Twitter than anything Kraut, Uzulu and V did, as an aside. Well, why should he remove his video? He has a right to make that video. I think he had every right to criticise what Russian Deadpool did. I think he had, considering what they've been up to against him. I mean, it might have been in the past, and yes, at one particular point they apologised for one particular thing, but they didn't apologise for every other little shit thing they tried to do. And he says that they were MRAs. Well, they weren't MRAs. They claimed to be MRAs, but if you look at their actions, it's anything but. Like, look what they did to Felthop when he had his little back and forth between them, like telling him to shut up about father's rights. Like, come on. Yeah, Misa, I know, but I need to get my I just need to get my my thoughts out there. And then he attacked TJ for the charity. People are attacking him for this charity because it's a publicly funded organisation that may or may not be pumping people full of feminist propaganda, saying that their partners were brainwashed by the patriarchy. Well, if that is true, I'd like to see some citations on that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them do that, and it is an industry, I know this, but he says this, and then he's attacking TJ for getting people to donate to this charity when he couldn't find a charity that also caters to men. Why? Because this is America, and they don't tend to have these things. So you're attacking him for something he has no real choice to do, and then he's trying to say that, oh, you're just saying flat out that the man was an abuser and he was emotionally abusive and he was jealous. Well, he only said that in the video, if you actually watched it, that this could have been the case, that he was told this. Now, I thought TJ handled that very well. I thought he didn't really say if it was the case or not. You were speaking in absolute, Skeptor. Yeah, you knew him, but did you know him very well? This is the thing with these types of situations. It makes you wonder, do you actually know the person? Do you actually know what's going on in their private lives? Or do you just know what they're showing you? That's the thing. And also, I need to talk about the murder itself. There's just things that don't add up to me, as Louis Laveau said in his video. The shrooms, the guns, and just the situation of it all, like, from what I've heard from TJ's video, makes a lot more sense to me, because why would they, I mean, if he did suffer really badly from this type of PTSD, why did they have guns in the house? Why were they taking psychoactive drugs when they knew there was a possibility that could happen to him? Yeah, exactly, Miss Misa, we don't know each other. Even in real life, if Skeptor lived next door, you would never know what's going on unless you had like a transparent walls and could see everything. Like, the murder doesn't add up. I heard that, didn't the charge change to first degree murder, not second degree now? But taking shrooms, that makes him have a thing, and then he shoots her. And some people are using that as an excuse, as if oh, he didn't do nothing. Well, no, he murdered someone. That's not an excuse. Now, Skeptor thankfully didn't do that. He said he was really angry with him and that he thinks that was a reprehensible act, and it is. And he's going to regret that. If Russian Deadpool has regrets, I don't know. I can't read his mind. I assume he does. That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? Why would you have guns in the house, knowing you're a vet with PTSD? And why would you have those types of drugs in the house, knowing what they can do to people with mental illness? Has anyone not heard of Sid Barrett? Has anyone not seen what LSD did to him over the course of a couple of years in his youth? Like, what the fuck? And then when I hear about potential feelings of jealousy and he might be a little bit emotionally abusive, yeah, I think that makes sense. Maybe it's a crime of passion, and that he. And like, obviously he wanted it could possibly have been that he wanted these deeper feelings, and he wanted her more to himself. Because if he couldn't get along with the friends and he was controlling, then the idea of this being more of a crime of passion, a murder in a fit of rage, rather than the PTSD episode makes more sense. But we don't know because the case hasn't actually been fully investigated yet, and we'll see if he really did have a PTSD episode or not when we see anything about if they've psychoanalyzed him. I don't know if they do that, but yeah, who knows? We weren't there, and the person who claimed to have been there, the Skype call went off, so I don't know. Don't trust anybody. Don't even trust me, guys. Trust the facts when they come out. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't rationalise murder, to be honest. That girl, you're right, Sam. And it's like, people going on saying, oh, he was a lovely man and she was a lovely woman, and they weren't like this usually. It was a one-off. Like, how do you know it was a one-off? I mean, in terms of not the murder, obviously that was a one-off, but I mean, how do you not know that they've not had fights that could have degenerated into this kind of thing? You don't know. Shadley, comrade Cthulhu. It's like, we don't know what really went on until we see the facts, and TJ got it from other friends. Now, so who knows? I don't know. They could have had an axe to grind on him. I don't know. I mean, just don't trust people who are essentially just making hypotheses about this. You know what I mean? And yeah, someone died at the end of the day. Somebody died, and I just... the moral grandstanding. And what are these people doing? What has Skeptor actually done? What has anybody who is morally grandstanding and saying that, oh, how dare TJ do this charity thing? How dare Lewis Laveau, V, and Sargon, Sargon didn't do anything, make jokes about this? How dare Handful Opinions post this savage shit? How dare they make fun of Russian Deadpool? How dare... What have you done? All you've done is declare how moral you are and how bad these other people are for making charities and dark humour. And what have you done? Why are you doing? If you're so moral, if you are so ashamed of what has happened, if you are ashamed of these people, you do something. You set up a charity of your own, or you set up some kind of donation to help people. You try and get a memorial done or something. Send us some flowers. Send Harley flowers or Athena flowers, the families and stuff like that. Why can't you do that? Why aren't you doing that? Exactly, Persona. Why would you keep a firearm? I mean, self-defense, obviously, but it should not have been with him. He's the least responsible person to be given a firearm. Why does it create conflict? It's again, it's human nature, and there's politics crossing with this as well. I'm trying to leave them to grieve, which is why I'm not, tagging them in this. On Twitter or anything. I'm trying to, just say my opinion and just let it be there on the internet. I've not sent them any messages or anything. I think it's best if we try to leave them alone, really. And I don't think Skeptor really made the best video. I thought it was slightly disingenuous, but then again, maybe it was just emotional and he was just being... Maybe that's the wrong word, so I could be wrong, but I don't... Like I said, I like all these people who have been making videos, but like, you know, I disagree. I don't think TJ did anything wrong. I don't think Sargon and Kraut did anything wrong, and the people using those two as an example just got an agenda, and they're trying to show how moral they are. They're virtue signalling, and I'm not convinced by their feelings, their so-called feelings, that this is of their outrage. I'm not convinced at all. Yeah, exactly. I am Goddard. Anyone can take enough of a psychedelic that their ability to control themselves is lost. It's true. What? So no one should with PTSD should have a firearm, in your opinion? Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you shouldn't trust them with it. They should at least have somebody who can look after them if a firearm is present. If they're gonna have a firearm, I'm just saying. I assume they must have known he had a gun. They must have known. Must have known. I mean, it's the house. I mean, if it was for self-defense, then everybody could get that gun, right? I actually also don't know who was the most stable member of that whole relationship. I'm going to assume it's Harley, but she wasn't there, so this is what happens when you don't. I don't know, like, I'm sorry, Oba, but they did try, apparently, according to TJ, but Ivy made the decision, which in hindsight was wrong, to stay with him. She saw, as TJ said, the good in him, and of course there was good in him. I mean, you know, people are complicated, people are crazy, people are just a mixed up bag of secrets or something, to terribly paraphrase bloody, Castlevania. I know. I don't trust people with mental illness to have guns. Failure. You shouldn't trust them. If they're gonna have it, you've got to make sure that they know what they're doing. It's just, I don't know. Some of the details don't add up in that story. And then he attacked Miles Chong as well. Like, you saw bloody Michael Whalens just putting words in his mouth, trying to make it look like he's pushing the agenda. When, okay, in that article there was like a screenshot of him talking. Oh, it could have been any one of them. I don't know who ran the Twitter page on Skeptic Feminist, because they're just a bunch of they were stupid in the sense that they could never tell us who was using the account or the YouTube account at any given time. Now, they didn't put a hyphen. It didn't put hyphen Rushpool, hyphen Harley. It could have been any one of them in that thing, and I think that poisoned the well a little bit when he posted that ironic, what turned out to be an ironic comment. It could have been any one of them saying that, and I thought that was a little bit fake newsy, you know. But the rest of the article, summation of the bloody things that happened that we've found out so far, and people are attacking him over it, and like, you can't. What can we do? And I think this actually, funnily enough, I'm gonna quote bloody, is it Stalin who said that? Yeah, you know, what one loss of life is I'm gonna paraphrase him, but one loss of life is a tragedy, a million is a statistic, and this is just a prime example of that. I mean, people were making jokes about the truck of peace when the Muslim terrorists murdered 50 people. Yeah, when it's one person and they make light of the murderer, oh, you can't do that. I'm just like, fuck off with that hypocrisy. I'm not trying to misrepresent mental illness. I'm just saying that I don't think they should be trusted with it. You can have a gun if you want. I'm not really fussed about that, but I just wouldn't trust somebody with PTSD or anything like that with a gun. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that is ignorant. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think Louis Laveau, when he said this, and I don't think V or Baring should apologise or delete anything. Why? What's wrong with the title? It's just dark humour and what? Skeptic Feminist, dark humour, and moral grandstands. Why should that be any different? Why should it be different? Oh, I never said they should be bad. I said I don't trust them. Point to where I said that they shouldn't have a gun, like ever. I don't know. I just don't trust them with a gun, and I think if they're going to be in a place with people, then you need someone who will look after that said gun and make sure they don't use it to do anything bad. Like, I remember a friend on YouTube, well, a former friend on YouTube, did nearly kill herself, and even then she had someone looking after her. But that's the thing, you don't know what's gonna happen if they have an episode or something. You don't know. But I'm not saying ban them. I'm just saying be careful with it. You know. I don't know. Sorry, Aiden. I'm not trying to say that they can't have guns or anything. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I mean. I don't know. I don't know about that. That's besides the point anyway, isn't it, people? And you know, the concerns of Harley's friends are true. I mean, Harley and everybody is true because people are using it. Hey, Baron, Cab, what is this shit? What are you doing here? And yeah, virtue signaling is heartless. I think it's far more heartless to do that than the dark humour, in my opinion, because at least they're not being serious. They're being serious, and I just don't like that. Anyway, I'm gonna check the stream for a second. I need to see how it's going. I bet there's a few dislikes already, and I still don't know why the title should be different. There's like nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. I don't know. This whole thing actually got me depressed as well, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, fleeting. I'm not saying I'm a depressed person. I'm just saying it made me feel depressed. It was fleeting, but like, you know, it's awful. I don't even. It's just like, hey, Tento, guillotine. It's like, somebody's died and everyone's just fighting over it, as you say, you know. True, but I think people were virtue signaling in this case, Miss Misa. I need to watch An Ear for Men then, on that. Just cyberbullying. You know, I actually do feel sorry for Rushpool in a weird way, though. I'm not gonna lie. I do feel sorry for him, because I don't think the man was. I mean, he is a killer, but I don't think that's his main thing. I don't think he's an Ed Gein or anything like that. You know, I mean, I feel like he's made a mistake. I mean, he's made a mistake. How do I even say this? How do I articulate what I mean by I do feel sorry for him? Maybe Cujo, maybe, you know, maybe. I don't know. It's just, I feel sorry for him because I don't think his go-to default state is a killer. I feel like this is a guy who's done this, and it happens to be the worst thing, it's going to end his life. This guy could get, I've heard Colorado has the death penalty. I don't know if they use it often or not, but he could get killed for this. He can get executed. And I don't know. His life is over. His life is over, and what annoys me is that he gets arrested for that. Fair dues, he should be, but there's a news story, and I think we should probably, actually maybe that should be a separate video, but there was a news story, people. Let's see if I can find it. What was it? It's on Twitter, but I didn't find the link. I need to find it. Let's have a look. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere, guys. Hang on. There's some kind of story that happened, and I can't find it. It's okay. I'll have to summarize it, and I'll find the article for a video. So essentially, this girl or woman, whatever, she's at university, and she abused her boyfriend. She took drugs allegedly. See, look, similar thing, but I don't think the guy got killed. But what happened was she took drugs. Don't know what drugs, right? Took drugs and violently attacked her boyfriend. She threw stuff at him. She stabbed him. She goes to Oxford University, I think, one of the colleges there. I think it's Christie's or something. I don't know. Or Corpus Christi, I don't know. And what happened was she then stabbed him. I don't know where, but she stabbed him. And the judge, if this went to court, the judge is going to let her off, or has let her off, because she's an exceptional talent. an exceptional medical talent. You know, didn't do nothing. Well, she did do something, but she didn't do nothing. She has to be let go because we need doctors, right? Even vile, abusive, potential murderous ones, because it was just a complete one-off, wasn't it? She was on drugs. She wasn't in control of her actions. Yeah, Deadpool will get arrested, and she won't. Well, she got arrested, but she got away with it. Fuck this fucking world. The double standards. And anyway, I heard it's first degree now. Yeah, but I've not got confirmation on that. But if they've changed that, does that mean there's something in the evidence that's changed? So, could it have been a deliberate act? I don't know, because that's what it implies. Yeah, pussy privilege. I actually was debating this in my head for a couple of days about female privilege and male privilege, because if I don't think male privilege exists, I shouldn't really say that female privilege exists now, should I? But that really makes me think that probably female privilege does exist. Maybe. Like, a strong case. That is a strong case for female privilege, man. Nobody needs a doctor like that. Exactly. I mean, what's going to stop her from killing a patient if the patient like really annoys her? And who's to say she isn't like that when she's on drugs? What drugs did she take? What was she on? PCP? Cocaine? Fucking weed? What was she on? What did she take? And why is that an excuse? I bet she was abusive even when she was sober. I'm telling you now. If there's more facts that come out. Yeah, I'm beginning to believe that, Miss Misa. I'm beginning to believe that probably you are, in some ways. I don't know. But with me, privilege is more of a wealth thing. I don't know. Only if you plan in order to profit. What could he profit from? He shot her. What? I don't know. It has to be second degree, surely. None of it makes sense. Oh yeah, he should stay for the trial. Apparently his bond is like really expensive. It was like 50,000, something like that. $50,000 bond. Jesus, they're not going to afford that. So that must mean that they want him off the streets, you know. And he probably, if he's capable of that, if he's probably, and he had access to guns, something like that probably shouldn't be on the streets. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I think that's probably wrong. Yeah, exactly, right? But she's a student, though, JPM. She is a student, so she would be a student that only knows so much, teaching prisoners only what she knows. And even then, I would never go to her practice or to her hospital if she gets work. I actively think they shouldn't ever hire her for a hospital job, in my opinion, but they will, and they will just say, oh, it never happened, or something like that, won't they? That's why you want my sperm, right, Miss Misa? I hope it was insanity. That's what I hope. I hope it was insanity. I hope it was a one-off thing. Yeah, the tweets as well. But was it him that made those tweets? Was it him? Because we never knew who was using the accounts. That's the problem. He can easily say it wasn't him, and we would never know. You know? Was it him? Because I never knew who delegated shit. I just don't know. I mean, he was the main voice, but was he the main brains behind it? I don't know. What was he doing other than hosting these videos? I doubt he'll be preaching in prison. There'll be a long 50, 40, 100 years of reflection, I reckon. The video will come eventually. I need to get the glue and the flour and the stuff, you know. They're tasteless, but hey, fuck it, you know. Bad trip should only be involuntary manslaughter max. Yeah, exactly. So something's gone on. But I don't know what's going on, so let's have a look. I want to see how long we've been going. 30 minutes. I don't know. Also, I am planning a late Lacey Green video. I'm even going to be later than was Lee. I watched his video, and I watched who else did I watch? Oh yeah, Agent of Doubt. Please watch Agent of Doubt's video. You will like that. You'll like that. He has a very interesting point to make about Lacey. Yeah, hard to prove. Temporary insanity, yeah. But I'm not a lawyer. I don't know these things. I'm not a solicitor, so. Also, I don't know the extent of his what do you call it? His military service. Like, what was he exactly? They say he's a veteran, but what was he? What war was he a veteran of? What zones did he go into? What was his role? And how did he get the PTSD? I mean, well, you never know how you get it. You develop it, don't you? But like, where was it that he had this bad experience, and now he's, I don't know. Apparently, someone looked up his resume in my comment section, but I can't find that comment, and I don't know. Let's have a look. You know, his CV, Alexander Kolpakov. It should be linked in, right? I don't know. Somebody said they looked at his CV, but I don't know. Kolpakov. There's a few Kolpakovs though. I don't think it's him though. Russian Fed. There's a few Russians, obviously, but no, I can't see him. So whoever looked that up, obviously, found someone else. Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I can't see it. I don't know. Well, apparently his experience wasn't quite what people are saying, but I don't know. That's just hearsay. Anyway, I think I'll end it here. I can't think of anything to say. So, have fun, people. I'll see you later.